Welcome back, or welcome to the Surf Mastery Podcast, the podcast that helps you to become a better surfer in and out of the water. I am your host, Michael Frampton, and today we are talking about tube riding, getting barreled, and specifically coming out of the barrel. If you've ever struggled to come out of the barrel, then this one is for you. Tube riding, it looks like the easiest thing in surfing because all you're doing is standing there. There's little movement in tube riding. However, it is the hardest thing in surfing. It's also the pinnacle of surfing. Getting barreled, it scores the highest in competitive surfing, and surfers dedicate their lives to traveling the world and getting barreled. I struggled with getting barreled for years. Specifically, I actually struggled with coming out of the barrel. Getting into the barrel, it's not that hard. It's coming out that's the hard part. And for years I could not figure out why, until I had a simple realization. The realization that I had is that it was a neurological problem, not a lack of courage or experience. See, I was on holiday in New York and went to Ripley's Believe It or Not, and as you exit the show, there's a giant spinning tube covered in LED lights, and you walk through a bridge to go through it. And after about 2 steps into this space, I was completely disorientated and felt like I was going to fall over the edge of the bridge. I was immediately intensely motion sick, essentially, and my brain basically wanted to go with the spinning tube. I had to close my eyes and feel my way back out. And I was seasick for quite some time after that. At the time, I was actually studying functional neurology as well as struggling with coming out of barrels. So I put 2 and 2 together, and I spent some time on improving my vision and my balance and my proprioception. And 2 powerful things happened. Firstly, my tube riding became much, much better. I was able to come out of the tube. You see, because the barrel is very disorientating. And if your brain doesn't have the ability to trust its vestibular system or the balance system, when your vision is confused, then you will fall in the barrel, just like I wanted to fall with the spinning tube at Ripley's or Not. But when I improved my balance, my vision, my proprioceptive, my neurological inputs to the brain, when I improved those and my brain trusted them more, they became more accurate and faster. Not only was I able to come out of the barrel, everything got better. All of my surfing got better. I just felt more confident and comfortable in the water. I actually also got stronger in the gym, and I stopped getting seasick, so I was able to go on a boat trip. And if it wasn't for all that neurological work that I put in, I wouldn't have been able to surf cloud break. You need to go on a boat, and if you're motion sick, when you get to a wave like that, you're probably not going to paddle out. So I managed to get barreled at cloud break, all because of some simple neurological training. So if you're someone that struggles to come out of the barrel and you're not sure why, this is most likely the reason. Improving your neurology will not only improve your tube riding, but every single aspect of your surfing, the way you move, your posture, and even your health. There actually have been studies about people improving their vestibular function, or their balance system. They actually improve their mental health as well. There's a PubMed study all about it. I have just released a group coaching program coming up that will take you through all of this. You'll learn how to assess and improve your vision, balance, and body awareness. We'll go through some practical tips for tube riding as well. To find out more and to register, you can go to surfmastery.com and check out the link there on the homepage. And of course, there will be a direct link to this program in the show notes. More on that at the end. But for now, let's get into some tube riding tips. Tip number 1. This is the obvious one. You got to find barreling waves. So you got to specifically travel to waves that are known for barrels. Now, that might just be a local beach break, and then within that beach break, you need to be selecting the waves that do barrel, or going out of your way to go to a reef break that is known to barrel. So yeah, you got to find them. Tip number 2, You have to feel comfortable with pulling in and falling, and pulling in to closeouts. You've got to get comfortable with failure in the barrel. That is key. Just like anything, the more times we fail, the closer we are to success. If you want to learn to drop in on a vert ramp, you have to first learn to knee slide and to fall. And if you happened to watch the recent Stab in the Dark with Kelly Slater, there was a candid look at some of Kelly Slater's surfing, and you'd be surprised how many times that he pulls into closeout barrels. Because if you don't pull in and try, you never know if you're going to make it. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of failure, so you cannot be afraid to fail. Side note, improving your neurology and especially your body awareness actually will make you safer in the barrel to be ready for what happens when things go wrong. Tip number 3, which segues from there, is your tube riding stance. So if you've got any kind of poo man stance where your head is forward of the inside rail or your butt is sticking out further than your outside rail, you're going to get clipped. Your butt is going to get hit by the lip. In reality, the barrels that you're going to be going for are going to be small barrels. And the more you can compact yourself into a good tube riding position and keep your entire body over top of your board and centered and in a good functional tube riding stance with your hands in the right place, ready for the board to slip under you and your hands are there to stop it hitting your face. It just happens to be the right position to be in the barrel as well, kind of like a tucked in fighting stance of sorts. Nice and compact, nice and safe, compact and fitting in the barrel. So we need to have very good and accurate body awareness and strength in that position of a good tube riding stance. I recommend practicing in front of a mirror. And of course, we will go into a lot of detail on this during the course. Tip number 4, keep your eyes on the exit. We have a tendency to look up at the lip in the barrel. We can get kind of hypnotized and distracted, and of course we tend to go where we are looking. So if you are looking up at the curling lip, your board will drift and you will fall. So keep your eyes focused on the exit. Tip number 5, do not solely rely on your visual field. Instead, we're going to bring some focus into how it feels. How does your board feel under your feet? How does your body feel in that position? Am I balanced? If your vision is wiped out by a chandelier inside the barrel, will you be able to hold your position and your balance? Your visual field is the first thing to get confused inside the barrel because the barrel is a very disorientating place to be. So we need to rely on your feel and body awareness. So not only working on your tube riding stance in the mirror, but trying to hold it while you close your eyes, open them again, see how much of that stance that you have maintained. Again, more on this in the course. Tip number 6, listen to the wall. You know when you're trying to listen to someone in another room and you sort of creep up to the door and you move your whole body really close to the door and you slowly just lean your ear in towards the door to almost touch it, trying not to make a sound. We kind of move our entire body closer and closer, almost touching the wall. Fingertips are just touching, ears just touching. We can do something similar in the barrel. Just lean in to listen to the wall. We kind of lean in with our whole body. We want to get nice and close to the wall of the wave. That's our reference point. We can even reach out and touch it to slow down. But we know if we're in a good body position, our butt's not sticking out on the outside rail, and a lot of us is nice and close to the wall, we're less likely to get clipped by what we can't see behind us. So leaning in and listening to the wall. That was a tip that helped me a lot as well. So I hope some of those tips help, and I hope to see you on the course. Again, go to surfmastery.com, or there is a direct link to find out more about the course and to book. It starts up in a couple of weeks. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. Thanks for tuning into the Surf Mastery podcast, and until next time, keep surfing.